I was in foster care for 7 years.
I was in foster care at 13, and I did age out when I was 21.
I was placed with my brother, and we went with a single parent. And at first, it seemed like it was a benefit, but what it turned out to be was just the same routine of I was just another kid who was troubled, and it started to make me feel like I was just a number, and that if I wasn't there, it really wasn't going to matter to them.
My younger sisters were placed in custody with my abusive and alcoholic stepfather. The judge was trying to make the best decision as possible with trying to keep all four of us girls together, and he felt that separating me as the oldest and keeping the youngest three together was the best decision he could make.
One of the things that I realized when I was in my foster care placement was that there might be something wrong with me. And it brought back a lot of emotions that I used to have with my parents, like maybe I'm a mistake. I probably would be better off if I was just left in a ditch.
I was then placed into another abusive environment that I had no control over, and it just made me feel like, what's the point of anything? So I started living on my own when I was 16 years old. I didn't have a parent or anything like that looking after me, so I had to kind of step up to be the adult figure in my life.
I was kicked out of my foster home at 17 years old, before I even aged out. The feelings that I got when I started to exit foster care was that I was utterly alone. Not only did I feel like I didn't belong in the home that I was in, but I felt like I couldn't do anything of value or have success in anything.
When I transitioned into extended foster care, I instantly assumed that I was not going to be able to take advantage of the different resources in San Diego because my foster care case was in Orange County. But luckily, that's when I ended up learning about Just in Time and learning that you could be any foster youth, at least for one day, and they'd be willing to help you out with getting connected with resources and services.
Here I am, a failure, trying to do something, but I'm still alone. And I remember calling my older sister, Danielle. I remember her saying, "Have you heard about Just in Time?"
I needed $300, and I remember I needed $300 exactly for my textbooks for that summer, and I got connected with the basic needs coordinator right away. She was able to sit with me and talk with me about what were some other things that could be useful for me to be successful in my educational journey, and it was really wonderful to know that someone was able to hear me out and also help figure out other ways she can connect me with beyond just my textbooks.
The moment I got connected with Just in Time, that's when things changed. I walked in, I got to talk with my peers, people who have gone through what I've gone through or similar situations. And for the first time, it felt like somebody actually saw me.
I quickly got connected with the Changing Lanes coordinator, and she helped me figure out what were some next steps that I could take to take advantage of the Changing Lanes program in order for me to get my driver's license.
Right off the bat, it was that rental assistance. I mean, if it wasn't for Just in Time stepping in just in time, I would have been a homeless graduate. And then from there, I got connected to Bridges to Success, which was amazing because it was a group of young men like me who wanted to do great things or figure out what those great things were, but needed some support and needed some older men to kind of guide us in that direction.
I made sure to get in contact with all of my sisters to figure out how I can get us reunited. And ever since then, I have been reunited and connected back with all of my sisters, and I even got legal guardianship of one of them to make sure that she was going to be safe. It has been difficult to take care of a teenage girl, and she definitely keeps me on my toes, but honestly, I wouldn't change that for the world because I know that she's also going to do great things. All of them, they're all going to do great things when their time comes too.
I can see the viable stages and impacts that getting involved with Just in Time has had. I came in looking for rent. By the time I was done with Just in Time, not only was I a graduated massage therapist, I was successful in the business that I was doing, I also started to reconnect with my half-sister who was in foster care at that time. And she was 12 years old. I'd never met her. And I was like, well, I'd love to meet you. We started a relationship. I became her foster parent. And I got to give back to her something that I never had, which was a very present and intentional adult that wanted to see her grow. And it was through that experience that she developed into an amazing young woman. She went on to go to UCLA, a full scholarship. She's going back to get her master's. But it was because that first touch point with Just in Time that I was able to take on that responsibility. And if it wasn't for Just in Time, then I wouldn't have been able to give back to her in that way. And I just am so thankful for that.
I think that the most impactful experience that I've had with Just in Time has been, you don't forget about me. And it's so great to be in a community and be around people who want to see you succeed.
It kind of felt too good to be true, if I'm being honest. It felt like this was just going to be another rug that was, pulled out from under me at the last second, right when I needed him. But it never happened. They were always there. I was always the person saying, I'm never going to have kids. I don't want to get married. Not going to repeat the cycle. And not only did I get married, not only did I have an amazing baby girl, but I'm also not repeating the cycle. And I couldn't have done that without Just in Time.
My name is Naila Angela Vivas. I am the oldest sister of 4 girls, and I'm a proud person who holds their master's degree in trauma-informed counseling.
My name is Nathan Brunetta. I'm an entrepreneur, a regional director for an amazing company in San Diego, a proud father of a baby girl named Bella, a loving husband.
And I am the lasting impact of Just in Time.
And I am the lasting impact of Just in Time.